Hey, do you feel any different at all since the eclipse yesterday, June 15th? I don't know how I feel. I know it was supposed to be positive, and I accept it as that. Just the way it was set up, and I believe it was only 2 degrees off from galactic center. And so we got a good dose of those central galaxy energies. Interesting. What can I say? I, the whole challenge always seems to be centered around I. What is I? Who is I? I keep looking to get back into some semblance of balance, which usually means, having something of a routine, having some semblance of identity, something that can be counted upon. I find less and less to count on in self. Less and less self? Maybe. I don't know. It's just interesting. And I'm really grateful that I know letting go is the response, the best response to it. Whatever wants to cling, just let go. Whatever ideas we have around who and what we are, can we let go? It gets pretty challenging, doesn't it? And even more so for people who live amongst other people. For us hermits, this kind of thing is definitely easier. Or I look at it that way. There's no one with habit patterns around me and expectations around me to interfere with my letting go. And that's nice. I mean, we can all get that somewhat by taking a walk or taking a break from whatever it is around us. Even just a walk in the park, around the block, down the street can be nice. We can go and sit outside, preferably somewhere in nature, and just ponder and muse. Nature helps us, She loves to be invited in, but even absent a conscious invitation, the body invites her. We're actually a cell in the body of Mother Earth, of the planet. Our bodies are made of the substance of Earth. The old dust to dust thing. I like to think of us maybe like blood cells. We move around a lot, just like within our 3D bodies, the blood is ever in motion. It's not still. And yet it still is a component of the body. Well, my friends, we are a component of the body of Gaia. We are that in the 3D-ness in the body. I mean, that's not all we are, but we can certainly call upon that. The planet has its own consciousness. And when most people get in touch with that, because you can, it's self-conscious, it's self-aware. It seems largely to be feminine, although, planets don't mate and have planetoids, so, I don't know what part gender plays. But anyway, I think Mother Earth is appropriate. And the planet has a lot of power to cleanse and to heal, just like your body has awesome abilities and reserves and magnificent ways to stay in balance and in health. So does Gaia. And we can open ourselves up to that. See, that's the big secret there. That's the use of free will, to invite the assistance instead of just sitting around and doing some miscellaneous suffering. I mean, you're going to suffer anyway, I guess. You might as well go sit on a rock outside and do it, and invite the nature spirits in. Invite the planet to lend you some aid. You can take there's a property somehow that I don't fully understand of the energy of the spine, the central nervous system, this Kundalini fire. You can pretend as if your spine extends on down into the earth. You can send what I call your grounding cord into the depths of the earth and anchor it there. And then see what flows up on that and what flows down. Very often the first thing that will happen is that you will find a tremendous letting go of toxic energy will flow down through your feet and into the earth. There's tremendous healing that takes place there, more so if we're open to it. And oh my gosh, if we invite it, well, just look out, that's all. And when you're brokenhearted and feeling crushed, you can also, at those times, I actually take my whole consciousness down into the earth, as if into the arms of a great loving mother, just seeking to be rocked and held while I cry. And I'm never disappointed. Excuse me. I'm never disappointed. I'm never not met. I wonder, did I ever tell you how I first met up with Gaia? At this time, I had no awareness that a planet or a star or any such thing could be self-conscious, self-aware, could have a consciousness at all. It just never entered my mind. And I was making a 2-hour drive one day, and I was in meditation, as I often am. I love driving. I just go into bliss, you know. It just happens. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, I was meditating. And I wanted to go down into the earth. And as I was doing that, I was surprised to see how deep the pavement was, and I wanted to go deeper. And so I really, in my awareness, I really dove down deep into the earth. And I began swimming around in there. I'm a lover of crystals, as if you've listened to this blog, you'll know. And so I looked for the crystal caverns, the caves, and that sort of thing. And I began to say blessings for them. Now, young man, I wish you wouldn't do that. You look silly. Close your mouth. Silly and disobedient too. Go figure. Okay. So there I was, diving and kind of swimming, flying, you know, just moving around in the earth and deeply in prayer for blessings and benefits for elemental life and for love of the crystal. And all of a sudden, it was like I noticed there was a great being of some sort, and it wasn't focused on me. It was doing something. And so its attention was elsewhere. And I just continued with my praying, and then it turned around, so to speak, and looked at me. And it was, well, really indescribable. but it did seem to be feminine and great in ways that I don't feel that I can wrap language around. And that became my first encounter with the spirit of the planet, if you will. And this is a divine being, nothing less, absolutely nothing less, with tremendous power and ability to commune with us. And it was a real shock to me. I mean, I had never communed with a planet before. It was such a surprise. But that's there for you. I mean, come on, our bodies commune quite nicely with our blood cells and bone and brain and, flesh, all of it. It communicates internally. Well, we are that. And we have access to that level of communication with Gaia and even more. So maybe it's nature itself that'll help keep us sane in the midst of all of this craziness and the acceleration that's oncoming that I'm feeling. It's like sometimes it feels like running in place, running really hard trying to catch up, but you're just running in place. And I know that's only a seeming. And so again, let go, let go, let go, let go. And just be in place in heart. And somehow it's enough, my friends. No matter what's going on in the outside world, or in the mind, or in any of it, somehow it's enough. There's a richness available for us inside that I think really everything that's in the way is just the things that we need to let go of. And so, as I see it anyway, that's our challenge, is this seemingly endless letting go. See you again soon. All is well. Oh, and don't forget to enjoy of those central galaxy energies. Interesting. What can I say? The whole challenge always seems to be centered around I, having some semblance of identity, something that can be counted upon. I find less and less to count on in self. Less and less self, maybe. Hey, do you feel any different at all since the eclipse yesterday, June 15th? I don't know how I feel. I know it was, what is I? Who is I? I keep looking to get back into some semblance of balance, which usually means, having something of a routine. Was supposed to be positive, and I accept it as that, just the way it was set up. And I believe it was only 2 degrees off from galactic center. And so we got a good dose